Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got another late model fixed series race for you in the week 3 Stafford Speedway. Going out for qualifying,
Exit's
gonna
clear.
treat it
Stay
as
behind the
like
white
a
line.
practice
Okay,
session.
Jake. We've got
Try to
two
turn
laps to set a decent
2
time.
laps that are quick and then kind of stay out and just keep working on a racing line. Don't think I'll probably have the pace to qualify very well. Seems like it may be kind of a middling strength of field. I'm like right in the middle. I think there's like 11 of us, and I'm car number 6. So it seems like there's some faster guys that'll probably be a lot quicker than I am, but some people that if I can figure something out that I could potentially have a little more pace than. So it's a track that I don't really have a ton of experience in,
The leader
especially
is
in these
just ahead.
cars, but as you can see, I get
20.54.
loose off of turn 4 there, so it's going to mess up turn or lap 2 as
You're
well. So
currently 0.34 off the pace. That lap was a
let's try to see if I can
20.87.
run any faster. Just got to watch how I get into the throttle coming out of 4. But it should be a fun race. I've seen a couple of people run this, and it seemed like they were decent races overall. So
V6. That last lap was a 20.84.
just gonna do the best that I can. Probably be starting towards the back since I screwed up qualifying, but see if I can find anything. See if I can get closer to that 20.6 range for a lap time. I think to a degree, somewhat saving tires will come into play in this. Just avoiding, any chaos that happens off the start, obviously, with most of these D-class races is going to be pretty key too. And then the people that are able to adjust their lines as the race goes on, use the apron to their advantage. That'll all help out big time as well. Just gonna stay out here, run as many laps as I can get. See if I can play around with the apron a little bit to figure out how to get it to help rotate. See, that time it over-rotated a little bit, so it's just kind of all about experimentation right now, so that I don't, fall too far back in the race. You're going to see a lot of guys probably use that apron not only to help the car rotate, but you'll see a lot of people making passes. It almost kind of becomes the inside line, and the person that's actually on the white line above the apron becomes like the outside line. So I have to be cognizant of anybody doing that to make sure that I don't, either come down into them or got to watch that they're going to be coming back up. And, while if they're on the inside making the move, they're going to have to watch out for me. I don't want to get myself needlessly taken out either, because fortunately with no cautions and anything like that, get taken out, it's not really going to matter if it truly was your fault or not. The result's still going to be the same. So still trying to get some clean races in, build the safety rating back up, and still keep trying to grow the I rating as well. Slowly been climbing up the last week or so, and trying to get Season 1 to be my most successful yet, as well as see if I can get to a new high peak I rating. Not that my old peak of around 2,500 was very high overall, but anything I can gain for myself, I'll be really happy with. Trying to see kind of how to cut down out of turn 2, use that apron a little bit more, kind of do the same thing in 3 and 4 to help get a little bit more of a run down the front stretch. Just not slowing down enough into turn 1. You can see that's partially why I'm pushing up so high. Just get probably another lap in and then call it quits. It's actually a lot of fun. Wish I would have built a setup to run in the open. I know I could have gone to like OSR and used it. Just didn't even have a ton of time to get practice in it to feel one out, so I decided to try this and see what I could do. Yeah, you can see 6 is still would only get me in the top half of the field. So top 5 without some serious problems is about all I could potentially hope for. Honestly, even if I can get up to like 6th, I'll be happy with that. I don't know how I'm gonna possibly get to a 3 or a 4. Don't know if those guys will be able to run that for race pace, but that'll be pretty impressive if those guys can get to that. So, yeah, just gonna grid up, get session best lap loaded up, try to see what I can get out of the car, see if I can learn anything else in the race. Again, not sure, if this will go pretty clean or if there's going to be some mayhem in this. If there's any mayhem in this and I can find myself fortunate enough to avoid it, might be able to pick up a couple spots there and maybe with some pace, pick up 1 or 2 and, pace and tire saving. And that way I could,
The track temp
have a shot at
P9.
trying to get closer to that top 5. I think a top 5 is going to be the equivalent of a win.
Stay behind,
so
lane, and the inside
hopefully
lane.
can at least, nothing else, even if I finish in the back, keep it clean and get a 0x out of it. At least get one of the 2 metrics that I tend to work towards between the safety rating and the iRating. At least get one of them going in the right direction. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Starting on the inside, so at least in theory have the preferred line going into the corner, although I only have really 1 row behind me, so not too many cars. I mean, the 2 easily could be very, very quick. He could be trying to work his way from the outside in and trying to go, so that might be one that's worth letting go. But just kind of see how everything else shakes out. Not sure what the 10's going to have pace-wise since he didn't turn a lap. In theory, based on iRating, I should be faster him, but there's plenty of times that does not hold true for myself. So, going to be getting ready to go green this time by. We've got 45 laps in total.
Okay, Jake, get ready.
Pace car's off. Waiting for the leaders to go. Just a big gap. 11 left, a really big gap back to the 7 off the start. So, just going to check up a little early so I don't get into the 9. Everybody kind of pushes up. I think we all kind of came in a little too hot there. 8 should get a good run on the outside. Just going to try to take away the inside line from him, see if I can get a spot that way. Don't want to drive it too hard too early and start already scrubbing off the right front.
Hold your line. Still there.
Just going to look to the inside to be able to try to get by the 8. You can see the 2's kind of stuck back there. Not sure if he doesn't have the pace or if he's waiting. I get in too hot.
In the middle, 3 wide.
Get into the 10. That was completely on me for just getting in too hot. No 0x, but at least only a 1x out of it. Not sure how much the car is going to be damaged, so just going to have to reset. Unfortunately, avoiding that calamity, I was the one that caused it. So, just too many, too fast coming in the corner. So, just going to try to sort out, see if I can get caught back up. Still overshooting the corner. Got to make sure that I do not do that because that's another thing that'll wear out the right front too much. Definitely don't have the pace to run. This is going to be a pretty bad finish. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to look very good in this car today for you guys. But I'm going to try to see if I can pick up any pace at all. 10 was getting into the wall last time out of turn 4. Don't know if I'll be able to get by him at all. Going to try to do it cleanly this time. We've got smoke 1 car off. That was the 9. So at least not dead last now.
P10.
Still need to brake a little bit sooner going into turn 1. I'm not quite as bad going into turn 3. 2 does not seem to have the pace that I thought he would. 8 looks like he might have gotten into the wall. 2's kind of running the 10 down.
You've just done a 20.84.
Just going to watch this battle up here, see if the 10 tries to look to the inside of the 2. He's a little too far back, I think, unless he's really going to send it in the corner. 2's taking a bit of a higher line. Kind of leaving the door open for the 10, but the 10's not able to get there to capitalize on it. Just gonna have to see if I can follow the 10 through as he's going to the inside of the 2 this time. Try to dime in the corner, get a little bit of a
Car outside.
early 8 or later apex, try to cut
Still
inside the 2
there.
going into
Alright,
turn
Jake, the next
3.
car is Kleiber.
10 gets a
Still
little loose
there.
into 3 and 4.
Outside is clear.
Able to clear
Car
the 2.
inside.
10 has an issue. I'm gonna have to stay high because he was
Clear
able
low.
to save it.
8, that was a 20.94.
Able to clear him through the center of the corner, so up to 8th at least. Gonna have to set my marks, set my sights on the 8. Not sure if I'll be able to get to him without any other wreck up front. It's probably going to be an 8th place finish. Speak of the double, the 11 goes flipping. 5's coming down the track. 8 almost
Car
gets
inside.
him. I'm able to cut right
Clear to the
between the
bottom.
2, so there's another 2 spots I did not count on. And that also allows me to close up big time to the 8, so should be in 6th now. If I can drive clean, avoid the 8, got the possibility that could even get a top 5 out of this.
6th place. Your lap time
Long,
was
long way to go. Just got
21.00.
to not make any stupid mistakes and see if I can keep it clean. Got a long, long way to go. 10's going to be burning up tires if he keeps driving like that. He's driving in pretty hard. He gets into the wall actually on the front stretch, so it's going to give me a bit of a gap. 5 looks like he's trying to work his way back up. Don't know if he really got any damage out of the issue with the 11 or if he just spun. So that could be a spot I could lose if he gets back up and has the pace, which looks like he might, but certainly going to try my best to see if I can get by the 8. Got a better run off of
Outside.
turn 4 there, get into the
Hold your
back
line.
of him.
Keep
Just
it
trying to
steady.
clear him on the inside if
Clear
I
high.
can. Able to get by him. Hopefully he puts up a bit of a better fight for the 5. He
Car
doesn't
low.
like how I got by him.
Clear low.
Gets into the back of me through 3 and 4. I'm able to stave him off. Wouldn't be surprised if he takes another shot at me, especially when I wash up the track like that. Just gotta try to get away from him. I know I have the pace. Just gotta try to get away. He's gonna be driving pretty aggressive and looking for a wreck for sure. Although the bump down the front stretch really was kind of short track racing, so if you're gonna get too upset about that, you're gonna be pissed at every short track race you run then. Trying to still take care of tires, but pick up the pace a little bit to pull away from the 8. Got no shot at the 3 who's in 4th right now unless again a wreck happens, but we saw the 5 and the 11 have issues, so never know what could happen there. We are a third of the way through the race coming by to complete 16, so we'll have 29 to go next time by. Long, long, long way to go still. Looking like the 5's kind of stalled out a little bit, so not sure if he's just laying back to save some tires, wait till the end of the run to go after it, or you know, if he's actually got problems. 8's still driving it pretty hard in. I get a little loose out of 4. 8 gets into the wall down the back stretch, so that allows me to pull a little bit of a gap.
5.
I think, unless the 8 really knows how to drive it a lot harder than I do, if he keeps doing that, he will wear out that right front, and later on in the race I should start to pull away from him and be able to build up the gap a little bit more, as long as I'm not wearing out the right front too much either. Probably going to start looking at making a brake bias adjustment relatively soon, just to try to help the car slow down a little more. Definitely a big turn of events after a pretty bad start on my part. That's why I keep digging and try to do the best that I can, because you never know what's going to happen. And if nothing else, you know, still at a 1x, even with the contact that happened with the 8, that could still come away with a marginal safety rating gain, which would be great. Definitely probably entering a lot slower than the 8 and the 5 into the corner, but hopefully that'll translate to fresher rubber later on in the run, and I can start pulling away from them.
21.00.
Kind of clipped the apron a little too much there, get a little too loose. Thankfully able to pull away from the 8 though and not have him all on top of me. Kind of trying to dime in the corners a little bit, although I picked up the throttle a little too early out of 4. That allows the 8 to close up big time down the front stretch. 5's going to be looking to his
Dalton
inside.
is increasing.
Looks
It's
like
now
he should be able to
5.4
complete the
seconds.
pass this time off of turn 2. So if he gets to me pretty quickly, I'm not really going to put up too much of a fight, because wouldn't be surprised to see him use the bumper, as well as, you know, if the 8's able to tag along with him, then I could easily get freight trained and lose 2 spots out of it. So looks like the 8 though is falling quite a bit back. Not sure if he had a problem. Looks like he might have disconnected, and as I say that, I overshoot the corner, paying attention to my rearview mirror on the relative instead of
Car low.
the 5, and I get into the wall out of turn
Line,
4, so
clear to the
completely
bottom. Okay, Jack, you're
ruined that
halfway
top
home.
5 right
Plenty of
there.
fuel, V6.
Just got to regroup. Move the brake bias back, try to reset, run the rest of the laps clean with no more incident points, and see if I actually have pace for the 5, or if he is that much faster than me. Looks like he kind of enters a little bit higher into 1 and 2. Not sure if that's preferred line for him though, or if he just overshot the corner like I did the lap before, although mine was quite a bit worse than his, I would say. Get in the wall again out of turn 4. That's going to allow him to pull away. Just picked up the throttle a little too early. Guessing I don't have the pace for him, but if I can come away with a 6th place finish, that'll still be fairly decent. It's obviously where iRacing expects me to finish, so if it's an iRating loss, it shouldn't be too detrimental. Probably don't want to use too much of the apron right now. It seems like it kind of stalls out the forward momentum off of the corner. If anything, it might be one of those like clipping it in the center of the corner to help the car rotate and point a little better. 5's pulling away by quite a bit, so I guess as he's just got the pace, but never know if he'll be wearing tires out in the last 10 laps or so. You know, I can close up. Just got to do the best I can to drive as clean as I can, and try to stay in close contact with him, so that way if I am able to gain anything later on, you know, I'm in a close enough position to take advantage of it. Going to switch to session the last lap just to try to find any kind of speed out there. Gotta make sure I don't pick up the throttle quite so early. That'll be one of the big things that'll stall a run off of the corner. Probably riding the brakes a little too long into the corner as well. I think I need to brake a little bit sooner, let off of those a little bit earlier to let the car rotate through the corner. Seem to find the braking point a little bit better through 3 and 4 than I have going into 1 and 2. No pressure at all from behind. 5 seconds back to the 10 and 7th, so don't think I should have to worry about losing 6 unless I do something completely stupid. And the leader's even farther back than that, so should be able to finish on the lead lap. Not sure what happened to the 8, if he disconnected or if he had a problem. Just trying to do my best to keep close to the 5, and like I said, hopefully I'm doing a little bit of a better job saving tires compared to him. I don't know if that's the case. He's probably just got the pace to outrun me, and I'm probably running right where I should have, but you know, just gotta try to do the best that I can, and maybe hope for some more fortunate luck that he's burning up tires compared to me. Tap the wall ever so slightly down the front stretch.
The front is now 0.82. That lap was at 20.88.
Obviously, 8 tenths is going to be pretty hard to make up in 10 laps unless I can really find something big. So I'm just trying to get what I can out of the car, kind of get a bad exit out of 4 there. But still got to keep digging. You never know if the 9 could cause issues for the 5 trying to get around, and I could close up. Get a little bit worse of a corner there through 1 and 2 compared to the last lap. Definitely feel the car getting a little bit tired. I gotta wait a little bit longer to pick up the throttle. Move the brake bias back a little bit more. Also, gotta stay off of the wall in the front stretch. 5's going to be looking inside of the 9, not able to do it. I get a little too loose out of turn 2, kill the momentum down the front stretch. 9's going to stay high, although the 5 picked one of the worst places to try to get a run. Looks like he's able to do it going into 1, though. Hopefully 9 stays high. I can get by him without any
Outside. Clear to the
problem.
top.
Barely able to clear him. I was just trying to push it up. See if I could keep in line with the 5. He's definitely getting off of 4 better than I am. Gap's staying fairly consistent though, but my guess is he's just flat out got more pace than me. Trying to do the best that I can though to see if I can catch him and give you guys something interesting and get a top 5 before the end of the race. Got 7 to go this time by, so laps are closing down to be able to try to get there. Trying to lay everything out there, see if I can get any run at it. Might have closed just a hair, but probably not enough to really get there. I think I'm going to need, you know, a fairly big mistake out of him, which I just gave it to him by doing that. Trying to get all I can and, you know, just clip too much of the apron there, got a little too loose. And then get the wall. That's pretty much going to kill it. Thankfully no incident points out of that, but definitely trying to get whatever I can out of the car to get to the 5. Unfortunately, it's not looking so good. Gonna have 4 to go this time by, and gonna need a miracle. Really get to him, get to the wall again. Just getting on the throttle too early out of 4.
The gap ahead is now 0.91. You've just done
Just trying to do my best that I can. I feel like I might have actually had the pace to slowly reel him in. Don't know if it would be enough, but you know, I'm just unloading as much as I can. That's why I keep hitting the wall, but
lap times are pretty consistent.
gotta make sure that I'm not overdriving it, of course. Clip the apron there, lost more. That's gonna about do it with only 2 to go. 6th place won't be a bad finish. Incident points are not exactly what I wanted, but you know, those are definitely controllables, or all on me. So lessons to take to the next one, and you know, I should be very happy that I was fortunate enough to come away with a 6th place finish. You know, have the problems that happened that I was able to avoid. And just know that I need to do some more practice, work on some driving lines, learn how to push the car a little bit more, because you could see leaders and everybody else were just absolutely gone for me. I never even was remotely close to their pace, whereas other tracks in this car have been somewhat close to leaders. So yeah, a lot of studying to do, a lot of practice to do.
And there's the finish.
But
Good result, mate. Well done.
you know, happy to at least finish where I should have. So could have been worse, but also could have been better. So at least it was something somewhat enjoyable, even though I couldn't quite get to the 5. I was certainly trying to give it a run. So yeah, let's take a look at the beginning. See what happened there. I believe it was this lap here. This was the one where I just ended up driving it in too deep into turn 3. Cleared the 8, no problem, was just rolling my way through, and then yeah, just flat out drove it in too deep, and these cars are really hard to save, so just kind of slid down the track and got the contact with the 10 there. At that point, 10 actually thankfully hits me in the left front to straighten me back out, and got going. Let's see, the pass on the 8. So it'll be right here is where it happened, coming off of turn 2. Look low, just barely gave him a little bit of a shove, but you know, nothing that upset him or really did anything. So I was able to to get underneath them and clear them by quite a bit. So the pass itself was actually really clean. You know, so he just kind of returned the favor, which is fine. I can, you know, appreciate that if we call that even. But then he tried to, I don't know if he tried to come there or if he just kind of did the same thing I did when I was getting by the lap car, that, you know, you're just full throttle trying to bring the car back out to the wall. So after that, didn't really have to worry too much when he was driving in deep, but like I felt like I had the pace better than him. So you know, I'll do a better job of staying off people, but it really wasn't all that big of a deal. And either side, I wasn't too upset with that shot. So let's take a look at the results, see how bad everything was. Hopefully, can gain marginal amounts on both iRating and safety rating. That would make me happy. Was top split 2358. Strength of field's a little bit smaller field overall. You know, right around where I am or so. So not the strongest, but not the weakest at all. You can see I was about 4/10 off fast lap, so definitely had a ton of pace to learn. 752 was about what I was hitting there in qualifying using as practice, so not as far off. Definitely should have been a little bit further back based on pace. Just got lucky with the wreck that happened with the 11 and the 9, losing it. Able to gain 3 iRating, so just barely over 2300, working that up slowly, and able to gain 0.23 in the safety, so at least back to 1.46. So long way to go back to where I want to get, but at least is slowly getting there. So 3 instant points isn't great. Obviously, all 3 were control. They were all on my part for overdriving it, but you know, it was better than it had been. So I feel like I ran a little bit better around traffic and trying to be a little more respectful of people. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Feel free to leave any feedback you have, any comments. Love to hear from you guys. Gonna try to do some open races of these in the future, but may also still run some fixed series too, depending on timing. So obviously need some work in general and just driving the car and learning different tracks. So fixed isn't always a bad idea for that part of development, because the guys that are fast and open could easily come to this and drive and be fast in this too. It's not all set up that gets them there. So it's a good place to learn from me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Sorry, just missed out on the top 5. Definitely tried to get what I could, but fell a little short, and definitely know some areas I need to improve going forward. So remember to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more races. Until the next one, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.